All right, hello and welcome to this very special edition of Revved Up. Now it's special for two different reasons. One is this is the finale of season 1. 2, we are taking a very long and big road trip out of Kampala, somewhere out of Kampala. We shall be telling you exactly where we are headed. Now, a couple of weeks ago on the show, the Vivo Energy MD, Mr. Hans Paulsen, did tell me that if you fill up your car with Shell V-Power, the reaction is different from the engine. The entire experience is different. So what we are doing, we are filling it up full tank just to make sure we can go on that big, long road trip and also show you the finale of season 1 Revved Up, which has been brilliant. We've been super excited. Oh, hi! We've been super excited to have it on NTV, the entire campaign, and now we're going for a very big and brilliant road trip in this beautiful machine. Come along, let's enjoy this one. All right, so as we get into the finale of Revved Up Season 1, we decided to take a big, beautiful beast on the road. What we did was pick out the Nissan Patrol, the Y62. We're going far out of Kampala, and already it feels very nice since the journey started off. You probably will be shocked where we are going. The first thing you see or notice about this car is its size. We've shown you big SUVs on the show before. We even had a Tundra recently, one of those high and tall trucks, but with this you realize it's just big, it's just wide. I mean, you're talking about 283 millimeters for its ground clearance, and for those of you guys who like traveling way out of Kampala, going to the deep villages on bad roads, you know what I'm talking about. This is the kind of car you need on the roads. If you're one of those guys who need more space, when you sit on the inside, it's the first thing you will see and recognize. It's got 3 seat rows. If you fold the last 2, then you've created space as much as 3,170 liters, and I think you pretty much can carry anything on the inside. Most of these big machines are definitely powerful, and the Nissan Patrol Y62 is certainly no different. 400 is its brake horsepower. It's a 5.6 liter. This is petrol, and it's got a V8 engine in there. Plus, you can see its speedometer, the highest is 240 here, and you're really talking about a very powerful machine on most of these roads. And also don't forget that as you talk about that, you talk about things like torque, things like power, things like how smooth it gets on these roads. We've talked about its ground clearance. Therefore, the one thing you should probably be focusing on is how powerful the car is and also how safe the car is, because everyone talks about going on highways, driving powerful cars, and then struggling with the safety of those kind of cars. This one has got 6 airbags. Now, one of the most interesting things about this Patrol, which really is very impressive, is the crash-sensitive door unlock. Now, what that does is if unfortunately you're involved in an accident or a crash out there, the doors automatically unlock themselves. I'm sure you've heard of situations where someone says, you know, we're involved in an accident and we couldn't open the doors on the inside. Well, this is quite different. It's actually going to automatically open those doors, so you can quickly rush out to safety. That aside, it's got 6 airbags, and that should help you, plus the intelligent brake assist, I should say. What that means is the car is going to send sensors and signals to your brakes to make sure they're pressurized even more. So you're going to have your braking system much better if you're involved in any of those situations. When you're driving very fast and probably something happens right in front of you, they're going to be pressurized much better. You'll brake faster. And of course, ABS. ABS is something we've talked about on this show. If you're also going on a long road trip and you're probably driving with family or you're probably driving alone, you will need some silence on the inside, so you can listen to the music. This car, we've talked about having 13 speakers, meaning every seat you occupy in this car, you receive the same quality of music just like anyone else. I mean, there are cars where if you sit on the front, that's when you listen to the best music. When you sit on the back, you kind of don't get the best quality sound. But in this car, everywhere you sit, you get to enjoy the music. Plus, it's got the laminated windshield and the front windows as well. Now, those are specially done to reduce noise by 35%. Now, what that means is when you're in this car, your windows are up. Before you even play your music, it's complete silence. Well, not complete silence, but it's really silent compared to most of the other cars that you probably will come up against. So it's a good thing to actually be on a highway, put your windows up, listen to very good music, and have less noise on the inside. And I mean, I keep talking about being on the road and, you know, putting your windows up. It means you'll need some AC on the inside. Now, all the passengers have got the luxury to actually control their own temperature, control your own AC. That is how beautiful it is if you're seated on the inside. And in terms of entertainment, probably more to that. It's got screens right here, right at the back of my head. 7-inch screens right there, so you can enjoy your entertainment. Then on the front here, there's one which is 8-inch. And as always, it has so many other purposes. You know, with your reverse camera angle is in there. You can control the music from there as well. And then, of course, right in front of the driver, not really screens, but a panel for the driver, which should show you pretty much everything. Shows you what your speedometer is doing like, what your revs look like, what your fuel looks like as well. And of course, something we've talked about every time we talk about new generation cars is a busy steering wheel. This one is equally busy, slightly less busy, but still busy. You've got the big marker from Nissan in there with the horn as well. Hear that? Yes, it's got the horn in there, and then you can do your Bluetooth here. You can control your volume when it comes down to the radio you're playing. You can do your cruise control as well, which makes it more comfortable. It's all about the driving experience when you're in this Nissan Patrol, the Y62. All right, just to remind you, the Y62 is 7th generation. Comes down to the Nissan Patrols. The first one back in 1951. Actually went on to 1960, so you can see how far Nissan have come when it comes down to trying to have the best Nissan Patrol out there on the roads. Now, what's more interesting, like we've been discussing right from the beginning, is how comfortable this machine is on off-road. First of all, I just told you about its ground clearance, which is 283 millimeters off the ground, meaning most of these big bad potholes should not really be the biggest problem your side. But even that aside, you can talk about things like hill start assist, like the hill descent assist as well, which should help you going up and down, whether it's smooth or it's not smooth as well. You can depend on some of those additions in there. And then it's got what we call the all mode 4x4. That means it can take you through any kind of condition and any kind of roads. Sometimes you're going to find rocky roads, you're going to find sandy roads. If you live in some countries, there will be lots of ice as well. So it's got a little button here, and you can decide on what mode the car should go through. For example, if you're on the on-road, which of course is what we've been using on the main road from Kampala, it's fine, you can keep it in that mode. And then what I'm gonna do now is put it on rock, because where we are headed, it's a little bit rough. There we are. Try probably and speed it up as well. Look at how comfortable I am, man. Look at how comfortable I am through this road. It's funny how, huh? No problem whatsoever. None. I don't even feel like the car is struggling in any way. And I don't think you can say that about your car. This being a very good off-road car can actually climb as steep as 45 degrees. It's quite interesting. And also slope as steep as 45 degrees. And it can actually be inclined on one of those little corners or those bad roads as far as 48.3 degrees. So, good car to pretty much have everywhere. Hi.
Hi.
Andrew.
Most welcome to Kingfisher.
Thank
I'm
you very
Scholar.
much. Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Andrew.
So what is on offer here today?
Accommodation, swimming pool, meals. We have bar and restaurant, beautiful gardens.
Good morning, guys. Sun is out a little bit too early. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember, this is our final episode of the first season. That only means one thing, that we have 31 episodes up and running on our official YouTube channel. Well, 30 episodes, apart from this one being the 31st. And all you can do is join us on our social media. Our YouTube channel is Revved Up Uganda, so you can watch all the episodes from the very first. And also on our Facebook page, just to know what happens behind the scenes and everything to do with Revved Up when it comes down to season 1. So do that as we take a break, and let's keep the interaction going on when it comes to Uganda's premium and biggest motoring show. Good morning. Buying and selling a car in Kampala or anywhere else in the world is a real hassle. Because if you're the seller, then you must find the buyer who has the money you're looking out for. If you're the buyer, then you must find the seller with the exact car you're looking out for. But you see, when you use Checky, you're just a click away. It's almost like you're on holiday, something like this. Don't mind the attire though. Go to your browser, put in checky.co.ug/hot deals. And then you'll get a chance to look at the cars you can buy and how easily you can sell your car as well. Now this week, as we do the finale of season 1's Revved Up, we focus on some of the biggest dealers, some of the dealers we've hosted on the show, and some of their more popular cars as well. Probably cars you'd want to look at again, or better still go to the website and see if you can buy or sell any of those cars. Just repeat this for you one more time. It's checky.co.ug/hot deals. Take a look.
There are some vehicles which are so iconic, so classic, and so integrated into the motoring world that they have become synonymous with the brand they represent. The mere mention of the word Patrol will instantly evoke Nissan, and vice versa. There's good reason for this, however, because Nissan has been the proud manufacturer of the Patrol since 1951. Since then, of course, it has been improved and updated on a regular basis to keep it relevant in an ever-changing society, but it has never lost the essence of what a Nissan Patrol should be, and that is why it has been so successful for generations. Primarily, it has always been an off-roading powerhouse vehicle that can tackle nearly any terrain with relative ease. Once again, Nissan has stuck to its roots, but they've certainly amped up their standards, fitting this latest Patrol with a 5.6-litre V8 engine paired to a 7-speed automatic transmission, and making it the most powerful 4x4 vehicle in its class, with an enormous 400 horsepower at its fingertips. The old Patrols tackled rough terrains through sheer grit and raw power, but this modern version uses technology to help level out the playing field. Nissan have introduced the elements of luxury and technology into this 4x4 and made it the sort of car you'd be proud to take to a fancy restaurant or an elegant date. The roominess of this cabin is unmatched for this class of vehicle, and it has been fitted out with an array of features so high class it would make Mercedes blush. There are side and rear-facing cameras, a center console cooling box, and of course an 8-inch navigation touchscreen.
So what have we learned about the Nissan Patrol Y62? First of all, it's a big, powerful SUV that closely cuts through the corporate and rugged world, you could say. I drove this machine from Kampala to Jinja and still felt like I could have driven longer. That is how comfortable it is with its handling. Now, it was brilliant on the tarmac, equally brilliant on the rugged roads, and I think it's partly helped by a new technology, because you've seen apps like having it on sand, having it on snow, having it on rocks. The traction just feels very beautiful. But that aside as well, it's ground clearance, because you're going to come through humps and a couple of bad roads here and there. 283 millimeters off the ground, which is also heavily helped by the 8-inch tires that it's got in there. So it should be a car that has lots of technology on the inside, but also gets very rugged. We've talked about the all leather seats on the inside and new technologies like, the side cameras, which should help you with your movement wherever you are, which of course makes it a brilliant candidate to end off our first season. I mean, it's been a brilliant season that we've had so many SUVs, a couple of small cars, but you've got to say the Nissan Patrol Y62 is just one of those highlights when it comes down to our season. So if you're one of those folks who wants to stay in town, seems a good option. If you're one of those folks who hit the road for long distances with family, good option as well. Very powerful, lots of technology, and it's certainly one of the better cars to have in your driveway. So why don't you go out, get one of these, and enjoy the experience. Think about it.
It is hard to see a connection between the original Nissan Patrol and this latest version based solely on exterior comparisons. But if you take a drive in this wonderful, iconic vehicle, you will realize that the heart of the Patrol has always remained the same. It has and will, for the foreseeable future, be a universal symbol of power, adventure, and stability in the automobile world.
All right, folks, it's not only the end of tonight's episode, it is also the end of season 1 here on Revved Up. It's been a brilliant 7 months for us tonight, being episode number 31. We certainly have enjoyed the journey. Hope you guys have enjoyed the journey. And maybe I should also say it's been a pleasure having you guys as an audience out there. 7 months is quite a long journey, so we want to thank our sponsors who have made this very possible from day one. Shell, who have stood with us throughout from the first day until tonight. Want to thank Cheki Uganda, want to thank UAP, want to thank Nissan, and of course Kira Motors as well. It's been a beautiful journey and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Certainly the men behind the scenes, our editors, our photographers, have also had quite a strong 7 months here on Revved Up. Now let me sign out by saying we shall be back next year, early next year, that is 2017, for season 2. For now, we've got to drive out of here, go and prepare for the second season. But one more time, thank you very much. And do remember to join us on our social media. In case you've missed any of the videos or you want to watch any of the videos as well, our YouTube channel is Revved Up Uganda. Our Facebook page is Revved Up Uganda. Till next season, once again, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye and stay revved up.